Greetings, sending you all some warm, positive vibrations. This is Body Culinary, and I'm coming to you fresh out of the garden, like real life. I don't know. Everyone's made up different. I don't know how folks do it. I can't. Got the workout done early this morning. Had some delicious yellow watermelon. Let's say went to the market, then was back in the garden. Then I just came back from the garden again, and I had to water most of the garden with a big shipping barrel full of compost tea by hand. So that is quite a bit of work in the garden. So I can't imagine, especially in hot weather, coming on screen to put on makeup, highlighter, bronzer, to work out, shower, garden, shower, market, go back out into the garden. It's just not practical. So you just have a garden picture. So this is it. I was a little, had a little more stylish stuff today. I do love style, but my lifestyle is very, very functional. So what people would call a messy bun, I'm not even gonna call it messy. It gets thrown up, and this is what it be like on a regular day. You know what? I love it. I feel free. I feel so accomplished because part of me did not want to go back in the garden to water all of those plants, but then plants needed the nutrition. They needed it. So I did have some delicious apple bananas today. I don't have any more to share with you. They're about this big and they're absolutely exquisite. The flavor, you taste these apple bananas and it's like, wow, were those really bananas I was eating before? But they're exquisite and they're different varieties of bananas. So the peels are in the compost. And I came to just share another piece of fruit with you all. So this is in a Rollinia family. I have not had this variety. So I notice sometimes when I would go to Asian markets or when I'm traveling, sometimes you can be asking somebody a question. You're like, is this? And people just go, uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. Sometimes they know, sometimes they won't. So I'm pretty sure it's not cherimoya. So sour sop, sweet sop, cherimoya, Rollinia, they're all in the same family. They're kind of custardy with a certain kind of seeds. So I haven't had this variety. And this is one of the reasons why I love the market and I absolutely adore farmers. So I always speak to them. So that's how I get a lot of the hookup because I really appreciate them. And I'm always even more inspired to come back into my own garden. By the way, if you're new here, I'm Body Culinary, a professional chef, personal trainer, natural born woman. Shout out to you, um, whatever your unique expression is. And on this channel, I share some of my journey of radical self acceptance. And what that looks like for me is celebrating, appreciating, and being creative with the unique features that I have been assigned in this human suit on my time on this planet. And I also love to share on this channel 3 leverage lifestyle practices, which are garden therapy, peaceful consumption, aka food that loves you back, and a personal movement practice, by the way. That's every morning at 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, as well as a Flower Fit community in the right upper portion of the screen. There's a link for a Flower Fit application. That's community, and it's also group coaching on Tuesdays for living foods and fitness. So that's what I share on this channel. That's what I love. That's my lifestyle, and that's what I share. Fruits, vegetables, fitness, garden. Anything to do with that, I got you. Anything else, I don't know. So I love treats. I like to think about it like this. Nature gives you so many treats. Why cheat? And if you think about who are you really cheating? Your spleen, your kidney, your livers, your liver, your organs. This is from a former junk food junkie. I've eaten everything. Well, most certain animals I haven't eaten, but I was raised on a standard African American and Afro Caribbean diet. My folks can cook, but also a lot of the diabetes, heart disease, cancer, comorbidities. It's all there because many of us medicate and self-soothe with food. So I don't make it a crime, but I'm aware of it. So I love treats. Isn't this really interesting? Now I don't know if it's right because it doesn't smell very, very fragrant. So usually when fruit is ripe, you can really smell it. So I'm going to share this with y'all. I'm going to open this on camera. And, as I was saying, this was the hair today So sometimes I spritz it with water. It's been in and out of scarves all day. Sometimes I don't want to tie it up, but then I get caught in the oregano bush or different bushes all the time. So it would make sense to put my hair up, right? Up and out of the way, because then I'm sweating. It's in the cap. That's what I'm saying. I need a functional lifestyle. And sometimes I put cute stuff on, but I'm in the dirt a lot. I usually have a garden manicure. So even though my nails will grow long, eventually they'll break off inside the dirt because you wind up using your nails inside the garden. Now, also I had those 10 apple bananas. No, that was actually 20 little small bananas. So fragrant, so absolutely delicious. And I have a piece of papaya here. Now, sometimes your papaya can get little moldy spots on them. But papaya in particular is true. This has even a little moldy spot here. Papaya is one fruit where you can have little moldy spots where you can cut that off and it will be good. It will be ripe. Unripe papaya is pretty flavorless. So you'd be totally turned off by papaya and think that tastes horrible. But if you don't eat the fruit when it's ripe, and you may not have an eye for it, if you're in the States and you don't have access, or in a cold area, you don't have access to ripe tropical fruit, you may not be able to appreciate the flavors because it's more starchy. It's not fully ripe. So I'm going to trim this up later. I may leave it for tomorrow. But before it gets too late, I'm going to have some more greens. But I'm going to cut this open so we can see what this tastes like. And this is a rare find. There are only maybe 2 or 3 of these at the market today. Sometimes people would just have all these different exotic fruit trees. So I'm going to rinse this really quick with some water. This is my treat from having been in the garden all day. So I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty excited to see what the deal is. So I got a nice big bowl so we can see what the deal is with this Rollinia. So it's in a Rollinia family. I think I've seen this in books before, but I haven't purchased one. So the Rollinia that I'm used to, and keep in mind, sometimes folks from different countries can have different names for the same fruit, right? And sometimes some people don't even eat the fruit that grows here or grows on their trees. Go figure, right? So I'm used to a more of a yellowish Rollinia that is more flat. It's not usually so bumpy. So this is my first time tasting this Rollinia. The Rollinia I've tasted tastes like a mixture of, it tastes like if you mix papaya with peaches and mango. That's a little bit starchy, and it's extremely fragrant. So I'm so curious. I'm wondering if this one is even ripe. But this is like, I consider, wow, I don't think this one is right. No. So this is interesting. You know, this also reminds me of Monster Rosa, but Monster Rosa is long, right? The way these pieces are falling off of it when I go to cut it. It's definitely in a Rollinia family because I can see that orangey color on the inside. I've never seen this variety. Whatever it is, I don't think it's fully ripe. But I'm so curious. I gotta see what's inside. It's like, that's how you know human beings must have been real hungry. Oh, so it does look like almost like a cherimoya inside. It is fragrant. It could be more ripe though. So I don't think I'm gonna taste with this. I'm definitely gonna save some of the seeds. So this is not the ripest. Okay, I haven't seen this variety. Should have took a picture. So it does look a little bit like, it looks a little bit like soursop and cherimoya. It's not sweet. It's not ripe enough. All right, so that's a no-go. So this is a great example of what I was just saying. When the fruit, I used to be a junk food junkie, so anxious. But I've never had this before. Yeah, this is definitely not right. So this is starchy. When a fruit is not fully developed, that means likely the seeds may not all be fully developed. I see some, I may be able to salvage some of the seeds, but this is a starch. So this is it's a teachable moment. It's very pretty though, man. So this looks like this would be a custard apple. This would be a wild. So that tells me that the person that's selling this is just like, okay, it's interesting. Somebody's going to buy it. Just as I thought, they're likely not eating it because this is not ripe at all. but I will salvage some of the seeds to plant it. So, man, because cherimoya is absolutely scrumptious. So is soursop. Actually, this morning, yesterday, I found some mulberries. Well, the first time maybe found one or two, but now there was a nice little bunch on my mulberries, on my mulberry tree. So this is the first time it's really giving more berries. And my soursop, there's quite a bit of soursop. A lot of them are really small, but it's exciting. It's giving me soursop. So these are trees that my sister and I planted from what we ate. So that's pretty exciting. As I was moving around in the garden, I was thinking, like, I smell soursop. I smell soursop. And I just followed my nose, and lo and behold, the soursop that we had our eye on, which is maybe just about as big as this papaya, it was busted open on the ground, and the bugs was having a field day. So I ain't gonna lie. I cut off a piece of that, and I ate that. I'm sorry. I had to rinse off a piece. The bugs got their part, and I got mine. So call it what you want. When you really start growing your own food, and it takes you months, in this case, a couple of years before some fruits, some trees bear fruit, as you've watched it and nourished it and given it compost, it's not likely you're going to let food go to waste. So it's another one of the reasons why I really encourage people to start a garden. It's going to give you so much back for your time. So being that was, I don't want to say it's a fail, but it's a teachable moment. So this looks right. And do you know that, yeah, it's very, oh my gosh, it's very fragrant. So again, like I was saying, it has a little bit of spots here, but you can cut this off. And it has a lot of seeds. Every now and then, you cut some of these papayas, and they're looking real crazy now with like no seeds or one seed in it. It's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of a little bit spooky. And papaya seeds can sprout very easily, especially if you plant them right after you eat them, right? For some reason, the germination rate is like really, really high if you plant them immediately, right? And I've grown several papaya trees just from the fruit that I've eaten. So the seeds also are really good for parasites. So you don't need a whole lot of them. They're very, very, these seeds are very, very peppery. So you just eat just a little bit. So I'm gonna sample this papaya now. You can put it in your salad. Some people are gonna do it in smoothies. I'm gonna take it right to the head. So let's see if it's flavorful. Kind of tastes a little like vanilla, melony vanilla like. But it's ripe because the unripe papaya is flavorless. And there are several different types of papaya. There are several. So there's strawberry papaya, there's mango papaya. So again, have you all tried papaya before? I'm amazed sometimes when people tell me they haven't had papaya. And the first time I tasted it, I thought it tasted like crap, just flavorless and bland. But I've learned that's because the fruit wasn't ripe. And quite often, fruit that's brought into the States, especially when it's highly perishable, is picked when it's unripe. And so it doesn't really, the sugars don't really develop in it, or it doesn't fully ripen, like it doesn't get sun ripened or sun cooked. So those are the treats today. That's my reward for being out in the garden so long. We're going to save the seeds from this Rollinia. This is my first time opening this one. So there were two more at the market. I'll see if I can get my hands on one and let it ripen to see if we can get the full taste. So I would love to hear, are you trying any new treats that really have you get the experience of like, wow, this is so delicious. I don't need to cheat with junk food that's going to break my skin out and deposit a whole lot of waste on my waistline. So let me know, what new treats have you found in this season, wherever you are, and what kinds of new fruits have you discovered. So this is Body Culinary. I hope you have a great evening. I hope to see you in the morning at 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Like, comment, respectfully, subscribe. See you soon.